Tinubu's certificate saga we all thought has come to an end with the U.S. District Court in Chicago ordering the release of the documents to Atiku Abubakar. We were all waiting for Chicago State University to deliver these documents to Atiku and proceed to make an oral deposition. But all that were put on hold by the sudden appeal by Tinubu. Tinubu rushed to appeal to a higher court to stop and delay the release of his records to Atiku Abubakar. But the judge, knowing the urgency of the matter that Atiku wants to tender these documents in evidence at the Supreme Court in Nigeria, she moved quickly and invited all parties to appear before her in court through a video link. They even provided a number that outsiders can dial in to listen into the proceedings. In the hearing, Tinubu begged the court to stop or delay the release of his records from Chicago State University, that he will suffer, quote, severe and irreparable damage if these records are released, unquote. Did he say irreparable? That means something that cannot be fixed, something that is beyond repair. What could that thing be? Is he by any chance talking about reputation? He didn't have one in the first place, not to talk of now. You can't damage something that doesn't exist. Someone that forfeited $460,000 being narcotics proceeds to the US government can be said to have a good reputation. He did this abroad and Nigerians are also aware of it, so he doesn't have a good reputation to protect, so nothing will be damaged. After all, he told Nigerians that he made first class in the university, so he should be proud that his records are about to be released so that he can prove himself right in front of everyone that truly he made the first class. But it's very surprising that he's putting all the effort in the world to stop people from seeing these records. What could he be hiding? Oh, wait a minute. If irreparable means something that can't be fixed, he could be referring to the presidency. Yes, he's literally telling the judge, please don't allow the release of these documents because when it is released, the Supreme Court in Nigeria will not have any reason not to disqualify him. And if he is disqualified, he will lose the seat. So that means the damage will be irreparable because there's no way he can come back to the seat. Yes, that's what he's telling the judge. Yes, certificate forgery is a huge issue in Nigeria, or maybe used to be, because many judges have legalized certificate forgery. These judges, instead of disqualifying candidates who forge certificates, they make up all sorts of laughable excuses in order to free them. They don't know they are harming the reputation of the country. No foreign investor will invest in a country where the law cannot be upheld. If Nigerians can't get justice in their own country, how can a foreigner get justice in their country? Just like Tinubu was told in the US by investors that Nigeria is not ripe to receive dollar investment. This is after he removed the fuel subsidy and floated the unavailable foreign currency, thinking that this will make the West to come and invest massively in Nigeria. If you can't encourage your own citizens to invest in their country, how can foreigners come and invest in the same country? No foreign investor will invest in a country where the rule of law is not guaranteed. If he has problem or any litigation, he's expected to budget billions of naira in order to buy the judgment. That's not how it works. That means a poor innocent person has no chance to get justice in the country. During the hearing in the US court, Atiku's lawyer told the judge that the Tinubu that was admitted to Chicago State University, it was not the same person as the Tinubu that is preventing that information from being released today. The judge was shocked to hear this for the first time. But for the sake of fair hearing, the judge ordered all parties to file in their arguments. Tinubu's lawyer will have the opportunity to file first. After that, Atiku's lawyer will reply his arguments. Thereafter, the judge will now make a final decision, probably next week. This is the difference between the Nigerian judiciary and the American judiciary. You can see how the judge quickly moved to hear the appeal. That will never happen in Nigeria. They will waste all the time on earth. They should learn from the American courts the importance of justice delivery. Once your citizens lose faith in the judiciary, they lose faith in getting justice. The country is gone. It's as simple as that. That's why many people are leaving the country in droves. People are even selling their property, selling their houses in order to relocate to a foreign country. They've lost hope in their own country. And for people saying that this new evidence will not matter to the Supreme Court, that they will repeat the same thing the appeal court justices did, that's not the main issue. Let Atiku bring evidence that proves that Tinubu forged his certificate. Let the Supreme Court justices make excuses for him, like the Enugu State Governorship Election Tribunal judges did for Peter Mba. Despite accepting that he forged his certificate, they still made excuses that NYSC certificate is not a requirement to become governor, that it is school cert. This man, no one forced him to present NYSC certificate. Also, the NYSC sent a representative who testified in court that the NYSC certificate Peter Mba submitted to INEC didn't come from them, that it was forged. Despite all the evidence, the judges refused to disqualify him. So if the Supreme Court fails to disqualify him, no problems. But know one thing, no one will come here. No one will invest in a country that cannot uphold their own laws. The rule of law and the ease of doing business are the major considerations of any foreign investor. They also want to move their money out as quickly as they want. Can they do all this in Nigeria for the moment? The answer is no. Looking at what is happening in Chicago, if all the information that Atiku is requesting are handed over to him by Chicago State University, it will damage their reputation because it will mean that they are involved in certificate racketeering. How can someone be admitted to the university and a completely different person will assume the person's identity and continue parading himself that he graduated and is an alumni of Chicago State University? On Tinubu's side, it is expected that Nigerian Supreme Court will uphold Nigerian law, which says that anyone who forges a certificate will stand to be disqualified from the position he's seeking or occupying. Many people still miss the point. The point isn't whether he graduated or not graduated. The point Atiku is seeking to prove is that he forged a certificate. That's the law that will disqualify him according to Nigerian constitution. The fact that he assumed another person's identity or identity theft or anything related to that, that's not what will disqualify him in Nigerian court. And Chicago State University already accepted that they do not know where he got the certificate from. So when all the other records are given to Atiku, plus their oral deposition under oath, he will now pack everything to the Nigerian Supreme Court, drop it there, and let them do their job. Yes, it's very predictable. That's what the law says. It's in black and white, and they've done it before. Why should this one be different? All men are equal in the eyes of the law. Look at the American society. No matter how you feel about them, they still uphold the law. In cases where they fail, they turn around and pay compensation to the citizen. This is how you build a society. You can't make a separate rule for others and make a different one for others. No, it doesn't work that way. If two candidates were disqualified in this election cycle in Katsina State for certificate forgery, why wasn't Peter Mba disqualified? And why won't Tinubu be disqualified if Atiku provides the evidence? Or would they turn around and say he didn't front load, he didn't do this, he didn't do that? Why not determine the matter based on its merit? Did he forge or did he not forge? When someone runs to a court to seek justice, will the judge start asking the person whether he came in through the front door or the back door? Or look at the matter based on the merits, not procedural errors, and give the person the desired justice? That is the work of the court. If they fail this work, they have failed the country.